then was really sort of that we had our insights, and then ultimately it was intuition and really sort of thinking about, we feel like at that moment we need to lean into emotion, and really what the consumer needs is a good cry.
Mhm.
And that was the swing that we took, and it actually turned into a very successful, probably, you know, one of their most successful holiday seasons. Plus it got the spot got spoofed by SNL, which is which is
Yeah.
always a good thing. But it's
And how did you show up? I mean, if you're working 6 months out and you don't realize that this thing that we were locked in for upwards of 18 months was going to go for much longer, how did you show up then when you're planning 6 months out for that person that's really lamenting and in despair about the holiday season because they won't be with their loved ones and celebrate in the way they traditionally have?
we were inspired by truths that were happening, ways that people were communicating at the beginning of the pandemic. And so we were very much inspired by the the act of generosity, of people writing notes to each other and putting their notes in the windows. And
Mm.
so we use those truths to say, let's create a relationship between two neighbors, a young girl and a woman who clearly is, you know, an older woman who was in the spot, was very isolated from the rest of her family. She felt alone, whereas the little girl was surrounded by her family. And so we created this new conversation, this point of connection. But the way we did it was to really lean into a real truth, what was happening already in culture, understanding that there's new behavior was starting to start to ignite all over the country. But